Hello, everybody, and welcome. It's Patrick Prohaska from Lightbridge Academy, and today we are having a kind of a special version of Lightbridge Happy Hour. I am really excited to have all of you with me here today. I have a very short agenda today. There aren't a whole lot of things I want to do, but there's something that has come up in the past week that is near and dear to my heart that I want to get into with everybody. And this is a mindset shift that can actually profoundly impact everything that happens in your life from here on out. So everybody, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. As you know, Lightbridge Happy Hour is an event I'm doing through the spring and the summer. I'm doing this twice a month, so every other week on average. And I'm not sure if I'll continue doing it in the fall, but we'll see how things play out with the whole COVID-19 crisis that we're in and that we're kind of drifting into a second wave of right now. So everybody, thank you so much. Let's put aside any and all distractions, let go of anything and everything that's going to prevent you from getting the full benefit of this session here with me today. Make sure you're not driving, no chopping vegetables, nothing potentially dangerous. And now please allow me to connect energetically with you and with your higher self. Beautiful. So as that energetic connection is setting in, simply turn inward and observe. Just notice what thoughts are racing in your mind. Notice what energies are bubbling up in the background. Notice what annoyances or grievances are eating away at you, and simply allow them to be. Beautiful. Now, everyone, take a very, very deep breath and hold it for a moment. And now release when you're ready. Beautiful. So wonderful. We've got a good sized group here today. I will be taking questions. In fact, we'll have plenty of time for questions because I do have a relatively short agenda today. So if you'd like to ask a question, you can simply raise your hand through the Zoom app. And if you're on the telephone, which by the way, if you are dialing in on the telephone, I highly recommend downloading the Zoom app. You will have a much better experience. But if you are dialing in by telephone, you hit *9 to raise your hand. Okay, everyone, thank you so much. So here's what I want to talk about today. So please, everyone, just kind of clear your mind, get out of the energy of I already know that, get out of the energy of resistance, and simply allow this message to connect with you so that you can understand it, and then you can decide later whether it's something that resonates with you or not. And that is precisely this. This past week, and actually in the past several months, there's been a noticeable uptick in everyone's level of annoyance. People's fuses are shorter than they used to be. And one of the consequences of this is that there's been an increase in the energy of, let's say, whininess. Now, I don't mean that as a pejorative. I mean it as people are really getting into the energy of wanting to express and release and kind of eliminate from their system the annoying energy that seems to be eating away at people from inside. And there are two ways you can go about doing that. There's the self-indulgent way in which you are complaining about the things that are going wrong in your life in such a way that you're trying to lure people into that trap with you so that you can commiserate together and compare notes on who's having the worst experience. Yeah, that's a very self-indulgent way of venting, and that type of venting actually creates more for you to vent about. The true purpose of venting, the other way you can go about doing it, is venting in order to release. And when you release something, It's gone forever. You don't need to continue venting after you've let it go. So, what I would really like people to kind of capture in their minds is number one, the difference between venting in order to indulge in the joy of venting and venting in order to release energy that does not serve you and therefore you're letting go of it forever. So if something is annoying you, it's good to let it out. It is good to let it go. And sometimes the easiest way to let it go is to scream it into your pillow or to share it with somebody who is a good listener. If your goal is to release that energy and that annoyance so that it's gone from your system and you can move forward in life without that energy weighing you down, that is a beautiful way to release. So there's nothing wrong with complaining in order to identify a problem and let go of the energy of the problem. That's not the way most of us complain, however. Most of us are self indulgent in our complaining, and we vent in order to spread the energy of whatever it is that's annoying us. And we get caught up in the drama of whatever it is that's annoying us. And we want to pull other people into that drama as well. We get angry with other people if they don't join us in the drama, and we hold on to, we just create more. So what most of us do when we're venting is we get into the energy of commiseration. Whenever you're commiserating, whenever you're inviting somebody to commiserate with you about something, what you're doing is you are identifying the fact that you are in a very low vibrational state of energy, which isn't necessarily a bad thing to do, but you are identifying, you are declaring that you are in a low state of energy, and then you're inviting other people to join you in that very low state of energy. So you can commiserate, you can enjoy the misery together. And you can compare notes and you can compete against each other for who has the worst experience, and you pile on. Somebody says this bad thing happened to me, and then the other person says, yeah, and this also happened, let's think about that as well. And you just kind of build up this mess of low vibrational energy that ends up getting spread around to the largest number of people. And then those people go forward in their life carrying that low vibrational energy with them. That does absolutely nothing to heal the world or to fix the problems that we have. So if you're inviting people to commiserate with you in whatever problem you have, just realize what you're inviting them to do is to share in whatever problem you're having. You're asking them to lower their vibration to meet you where you are. A better approach is to try to clear that energy with the help of a friend or another person or somebody that you hire even, who can stand as an anchor for you as you vent. They can stand in their high vibrational energy and support you from above as you're releasing whatever it is you need to release. So instead of you pulling them down into your low vibrational state, what's happening instead is you are asking them to help pull you up to their high vibrational state. And that does, in fact, heal the world. That helps everybody, even the people that you think caused whatever problem it is you have, that just increases the vibrational frequency of the system as a whole, rather than bringing the vibrational energy of the whole down. So, if you are the type of person who likes to catalog abuses, if you have, like, in the back of your mind an ongoing list of all the horrible things that have happened recently, and you're just adding to it and adding to it and almost savoring the drama of how bad things are in 2020, you're actually increasing the likelihood that more bad things are going to happen. If instead You are standing in your high vibrational energy. And when you do feel down, when you do feel like something bad is happening to you, you rely on other people standing in their high vibrational energy to pull you back up again. Then you can create some profound change in the world. But unfortunately, that's not what's happening right now. There's a lot of just really self-indulgent isn't quite the right word, but we're really getting caught up in the drama and the narrative force of the victim experience that people are having right now. And as I mentioned, on the one hand, it's very important to understand what's happening. It's very important to have awareness of all the injustice in the world so that you can do something about it. This isn't about burying your head in the sand. It is definitely true that we live in a profoundly sexist, racist, homophobic, and classist society, and we need to do things in order to fix that. But the just piling on of insult after insult and outrage after outrage until you have this mountain of outrage energy that has a narrative force that is like more dramatic than anything you've ever seen in a movie. That doesn't solve the problem. So what I'm wanting to offer for everyone is a deeper awareness. Just start at the basics here. Let's get reconnected here if you've drifted away, and simply allow to begin to emerge within your subconscious mind a deeper understanding of the difference between venting in order to release energy that doesn't serve you and venting in order to indulge in the drama of the energy that doesn't serve you. Bring in a deep awareness of that distinction, along with the ability to recognize when you are in that second state of energy and the willingness and the ability to shift into the more helpful version instead, to vent in order to release. Okay, beautiful. So just to round that out a little bit, in my life, I've encountered a lot of people, and I've had this energy myself, and I picked it up from my mom, who was the ultimate drama queen. The energy of something bad happens to me or something bad happens to somebody who's in that self-indulgent energy, and they go to a friend and they say, you will not believe what happened to me. Oh my God, let me tell you this story. And they tell the story and they get it all out of their system, and it's like they've vented the energy, it's gone, they're finally done with it and they're ready to move on. And then they see the next person who doesn't know the story, and it's like they've hit the reset button. Suddenly all that energy that they were intending to release, boom, it's back again, and they start from scratch with the next person. They say, oh my God, you won't believe what happened to me, and they vent all over again. That is not venting for release. That's venting for the pleasure of telling the dramatic story. And it feels really, really, really good to vent. And therefore, because it feels really good to vent, a lot of us, after a while, stop letting go of the things that we're venting so we can continue venting for longer. So that self-indulgent part is what we're trying to clear away. So if you have that energy within you, let's increase your awareness of it and your willingness to take a different action, to let go of whatever's been annoying you and just let it go. Okay, now another thing that happens here is when you're in the energy of, let's say you're just in a whiny state of mind, what happens is you build up, you accrue example after example after example of bad things that are happening to you. And then you become hyper reactive to the entire mess, to all of the stories, rather than the individual thing that's happening right now at the present moment. Your PowerPoint in the world is how you respond to what's happening now. Your PowerPoint is the present moment, it's the now. It's not the past. It's not really the future, but you're creating the future in your now. If you're creating the future in your interaction with the now moment, but you're stuck in the past, what you're doing is you're guaranteeing that your future will look like your past. So that PowerPoint that you have to create a different future for yourself, it's in how you react to what's happening to you right now. And the problem that we have is that when something bad happens to you in the present moment, it reminds you of all of the similar bad things that have happened in the past. And then suddenly you're not in the energy of dealing with or processing what's right in front of you. You're working on everything that's ever happened to you in your entire life that fits that pattern. And that weight of all of the trauma and annoyances and disappointments and frustrations is much, much, much harder to work on than just the compartmentalized little issue that's in front of you at the present moment. That's why triggers, that's why I spend so much time working on people's triggers. Because what happens when your trigger is tripped, you go into the energy of your entire collective past all at once. And you have that like, and another thing, and another thing, and another thing cascade that gets you out of the present moment and into your victim narrative, whatever it is. So let's clear that away. Beautiful. We want to recognize the victim narratives that we carry within us and that resonate with us and that make us cling to stories that we hear, whether we verified them or not, that match our victim narrative. We want to clear all that away and simply allow to emerge within your subconscious mind the ability to process whatever you're facing in the present moment as an isolated experience with grace and ease. So simply allow that to emerge within you. Simply asking your higher self to show you how to do that. Beautiful. And now I want to expand the awareness that we've stirred up so that you can get a clearer vision of the friends or the group of friends that you spend the most time with, the people who are in your inner circle. And I'd like you to just evaluate in as careful a way as possible without getting into a blame game or anything like that. Evaluate whether your friends, when they're upset about something, whether they insist, they demand that you join them in their misery and meet them where they are, or whether they're asking you to help lift them up out of their pain. You may find that your circle of friends doesn't like you if you don't join them in their pain. That's not a healthy circle of friends to have. And you may want to, as you shift your energy, allow those people to drift out of your life and be replaced with people who know how to and what it feels like to stand in their high vibrational energy, even as you are complaining about a problem that you have and you're releasing, and who allow you to stand in your high vibrational energy no matter how bad they feel themselves. So if you have the friends in your inner circle who they're having a bad day and they're angry if you're not having a bad day as well, they want to spread the misery around. If your friends are spreaders rather than uplifters, then just a good idea to kind of open up yourself to the possibility of allowing new friends to emerge instead. So just want to allow that to emerge within you, and like any resistance to that, any belief systems that it's impossible to find good friends, or you have to you have to accept what you get, you can't choose your friends, anything like that, you can't choose your neighbors. Let's just clear all that away, all that yes but energy. Okay. Beautiful. Everyone take a very, very deep breath and hold it for a moment. Beautiful. And then the final piece that I want to work on here is how that, how everything I've been talking about, how that emerges within you when you're engaged in social media or you're reading newspapers or reading magazines, watching the news, or anything like that. So if you have, gosh, how to phrase this? If you find that it's difficult for you to process the news and keep an awareness of what's actually happening in the world without getting overwhelmed by the emotion and the drama and the injustice of it all, there is a lot of drama, there is a lot of injustice. What I'm asking you is whether that overwhelms you and it soaks into you so that you feel like you are just swimming in an ocean of injustice. So I want to either allow you to wean yourself off of social media, which I highly recommend anyway, because you've heard me on my soapbox before. The vast majority of social media is just, they're, I don't want to get into it. But anyway, kind of wean you off of the social media and the other news sources that pull you down. So realize that that's how they make money. By outraging you, they increase their their money. Do you want to allow that and play along with it and have them make money by spreading misery, or do you want to disengage from it? So we're allowing you to, number one, disengage and yet still be aware of what's happening in the world. And number two, if you do use social media, how to and what it feels like to process what you see on the screen with grace and ease without getting caught up in it, without getting sucked into the title pull of the negativity that's there. Beautiful. Everyone take a very, very deep breath and hold it for a moment. Mm, wow. Release when you're ready. Wow, I am burning up. Wow, that really set off some energy inside me. I feel like I'm on fire right now. So, wow. Okay, so we're going to let that settle for a while. There are a couple of other things I'd like to bring out as well, but we've done a lot already. So let's just let all of that kind of settle and simmer and percolate within you, kind of bubble up within your subconscious mind. If you yourself don't resonate with it, that's perfectly fine as well. And we're going to dive into some callers today. So first, I want to make a couple of announcements. I've been very hard at work developing a brand new light bridge. I've been taking advantage of the opportunity that's presented itself recently with no travel or anything, and I'm rebuilding Lightbridge from scratch. The next time we do Lightbridge Happy Hour, I'm going to give you a sneak peek of that, a little teaser trailer preview of what's to come. And then beginning next month, I'm relaunching every single Lightbridge course I've ever taught, refreshing every single one of them from scratch. I'm starting with Lightbridge 101, which is Lightbridge Foundations, that teaches you how to do everything that I do. It gives you everything you need if you want to become an energy healer or a life coach yourself. And then moving on from there, I'm even those of you who have worked with me in the past know that in the past I had Lightbridge 101, which was the introductory course, and then Advanced Lightbridge. I'm inserting an intermediate course now as well, and that's been under development recently, and I'm switching to a completely brand new platform. I won't be using Teachable anymore, and it's going to be a radically different experience, both for the students and for me as well. So hopefully there'll be some excitement with that. The other thing I wanted to say is that's the only thing I'm working on right now. So I am wide open for one-on-one private sessions with people. got plenty of time to meet with people for individual sessions. And as you know, I had a special rate going on because of the COVID emergency. I slashed the pricing on my private sessions to make it easier for people to sign up with me. I was going to end that at the beginning of this month and go back to my regular pricing. But because we're now surging into the second wave long before people thought we would, I'm going to keep the emergency pricing going at least another month, maybe 2 more months. We'll see what happens after that. So if you go to my website and look under services, you can sign up for either an express session, which is 30 minutes, more or less, or a full session, which typically takes about an hour, and we'll just work it out from there. But for now, I just want to do a little bit of one-on-one work with people. We're going to start with, it looks like Stacy. So Stacy, I'm going to allow you to talk, and I've unmuted you.
Hi.
Hi.
Didn't expect you to call me.
Hmm.
Kind of chilling back here. I am like so zen today, and I appreciate everything you're saying. And it's like, this stuff just isn't affecting me. So I
Yeah,
don't
good.
know what my
So
question.
Stacy, before we get started, I'm going to pose a question to you and to everyone else I call upon. And that is, please share for the group very, very quickly, very shortly, in one sentence or two, what is the very best thing that's happened to you in the past 2 weeks?
Oh, my husband and I are pretty much alone all the time. We went away for a few days to get away from the house, just to change scenery, and we've reconnected in a way we haven't in the 20 years we've known each other. So,
Awesome, awesome. Okay, everyone, let's celebrate that. Let's celebrate that victory and that joyful experience. And wonderful. Thank you for sharing that.
of
Okay,
course.
what can I help you with today?
I really don't even know. I thought something was going to trigger me with you when you did your releasing, and it's like I'm good. My husband and I have an agreement where we vent a little bit, but then we go to the love and light place and releasing everything. So,
Okay, well, this presents us with a really good opportunity, and I'm so glad you're here with me right now because in these sessions where people call in, it's almost always the case that they have a specific problem that they need relief from.
mhm.
And everyone listens along, and I try to shift the energy in a way that's helpful for everyone. It's very rare we get the opportunity to just celebrate the pleasant experience of having everything just kind of go with the flow. So everyone, let's just kind of get into an energy of celebration for those times in your life when the energy is flowing. It's flowing unimpeded. You're not in resistance. There are no major problems to worry about or complain about. Your life is moving forward with grace and ease. So everyone, let's just feel what that feels like in your body. In a sense, we're allowing to emerge within everyone who's listening right now what it feels like to be in flow and to be living in grace and ease as that's understood and enjoyed by your higher self. Okay, beautiful. Now, everyone take a very deep breath and hold it for a moment to lock that energy in so you can carry it forward with you into your life. And release. Okay. Well, thank you, Stacy. Thank you for giving us that opportunity.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, wonderful. I'm going to put you back on mute, and I am going to unmute Vicky.
Hello.
Hi, Vicky. How's it going?
Going pretty good. Let's see. I just in alignment with your topic. As I had my
Yeah.
questions, I
Well,
start you with topic.
first of all, Vicky, name one thing very shortly, one fantastic thing that happened to you in the past 2 weeks.
Okay, last night actually, I love fireworks, and
Awesome.
they're not doing fireworks anywhere. Everything was canceled and da 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 da. And then last night I was hearing this. I live in the a big metroplex. So evidently the little suburb that I'm in decided to do fireworks. And I got to see them from my backyard.
Yeah.
I was ecstatic. So I just really
Awesome.
received
Awesome. Yeah. So I think
the joy.
beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so much. And what can I help you with today?
Actually, like I said, it's on the topic you kind of brought in, just a little shift from it. I don't know what it is, but I would like assistance with being able to stay in the present moment.
Okay,
Now, mine
beautiful.
isn't so much going to the past. Where I find my mind wants to go is, what about tomorrow? What about next month? Da, 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 da.
Okay.
So,
So staying in the present moment, and with you, it's not so much that you get stuck in the past, it's that you get stuck in the uncertainty of the future.
oh, okay.
Okay, so if that's something that's going on with people or the people who are listening, if you get stuck in the past, we're going to do a little shift on that so you can focus in on the now. But before I do that, I want to explain something that's crucial to understand from the perspective of law of attraction. So as I mentioned before, your PowerPoint is the present moment. So, what you do right now in the present moment, your thoughts, your beliefs, your judgments, your expectations, and so forth, you are actively creating your future experience right now in the present moment. And therefore, if you're stuck in the past, if you can't let go of the pain of something that happened 20 years ago and you define yourself in terms of your past traumas, what's happening is you're pulling the energy of the past into your present, and it is coloring your thoughts, your beliefs, your judgments, and expectations. And therefore, you're creating for yourself in the future something very similar to what you've had in the past. And that's why it's so important to be able to let go of the past. But what I mean by that, this is the crucial point, it doesn't mean that you forget everything that happened to you in your history. It means that you have neutralized the emotional impact of what's happened in the past. So you can remember your childhood as, like, maybe somebody who was beaten or abused or made fun of or bullied or whatever, all those childhood traumas. You can remember them, but not be triggered by them anymore. It is possible to remember bad things that have happened in the past without reliving them emotionally as you're remembering them. When you're in that state, then you can begin to use the example of the past to kind of set the stage for what you don't want to create in the future, and then you have increased power there. Now, with you, what's going on, like I said, is you have like this set of belief systems that the certain is unfuture, you have no control over the future, you have no power to create the future. And all of that, all of those thoughts, beliefs, and expectations that the future is this complete mystery and it's a crapshoot and you never know what you're going to get. And therefore, you have no ability to prepare. That's what you're creating for yourself because that's your expectation in the present. So we need to shift that away because anchoring you in the present, what that means right now is anchoring you in the fear energy about the future because that's what you're feeling in the present. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's very convoluted, but it's kind of the way it works. So
And yes,
yeah.
please.
So the first thing we're going to do with everyone who's on the call, let's clear away any and all deeply held, profound belief systems that the future is chaos, unpredictability, and that there's nothing you can do to prepare yourself for what's coming in the future. Anywhere and everywhere you believe that or anything like it, let's clear that energy away right now so you don't create that in your future.
Yes.
Beautiful. And of course, as I mentioned, you are actively creating your future right now through your thoughts, your beliefs, your judgments, your expectations. Let's install for you the belief that you do have some degree of control over what happens to you in the future.
Yes, please.
and that the future is invisible, but that doesn't mean that it is by definition chaos or dangerous. So even if you can't see what the future is going to bring you, that doesn't mean that it must be bad. Okay, let's make it so you can process those future curveballs when they do happen with grace and ease. Okay, beautiful. Now take a very deep breath and hold it for a moment. And release.
Thank you.
Thank you. Wow. Oh my God, that caught me in the chest. Wow. Okay. Beautiful. So I'm going to let that energy settle a little bit more. And I'm going to thank you once again, Vicky. And I am going to unmute Medium. So, Medium, you are unmuted on my end.
Yes. Hi,
Hello.
Patrick. How are you?
I'm doing fine. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
So, what
So
fantastic
answering,
thing?
yes,
Yeah.
yes. I've been praying, as I told you, specifically for two people with health issues, and I got the confirmation that surgeries went well. They are doing really well, chemotherapy. So that made me really happy.
Okay, beautiful. So, Medium, I'm going to challenge you to do something that I want to celebrate that, what you just said, because that
Yes.
is really fantastic. But I'm going to challenge you because I know from working with you in the past that there's a tendency to find joy in other people's victories, but not the capacity to find joy in your own. So
Mhm.
just take a moment and think about one fantastic thing that has happened to you and you exclusively in the past 2 weeks. Yeah,
Well,
I know
it's
it's a
very small.
challenge.
It's very small,
It's fine. Yeah.
but I've been learning how to cook, and I've been cooking and enjoying eating since I
Awesome.
lost a lot of weight. So that's very small and
Okay.
probably
Small
very
is
stupid
fine.
for
So
people,
thank
but
you.
for
Thank you.
me,
Awesome.
it's incredible.
And so I just want you and everyone else to understand why I did that, because there are several people on the call, including you, who tend to have this orientation that you are happy and successful if the people around you are happy and successful, and therefore your happiness depends on whether someone else is happy. So I want to kind of pull that more internally for you rather than this externalized, if somebody else is unhappy then you're unhappy, um, energy.
Yeah,
So yeah, okay, beautiful. What can I help you with
incredible.
today?
Yes, I mean, what you just said is just a comment. What you this meditation was about. Last night, conversation with a friend. She almost attacked me because she said that I am not. I am arrogant to
Yeah.
not ask for help,
Hmm.
and it's not. It's not that I'm spreading misery, and I stopped sending stories, bad stories, because people can read whatever they want.
Yeah.
And you said something. You said you need to find your friends that are uplifters, and
Hmm.
that's kind of difficult at this
Yeah.
time. So therefore, I just shut down. I
Yeah.
stopped talking to people. That's
Yeah.
one thing is that I will pray for
Yeah.
finding
And
people
so
that understand that.
yeah.
But
So here,
the
let's
one
do a
thing I
let's do a
want
shift on
to,
that before you
yeah,
move forward, okay?
okay.
Because this is important for everyone. It feels very, very painful when a friend of yours is no longer interested in hanging out with you. It also feels painful when you're in a relationship with a friend and you begin to grow spiritually and begin to grow in a way that involves stepping into your power, and they don't like it and they try to pull you back. So both of
Mhm,
those feel painful. And
mhm,
sometimes we think that we have to choose one or the other pain. Either we suffer with a friend who doesn't like the fact that we're growing, or we have to lose that friend forever. And I want to open up the possibility that what's happening is actually just pure law of attraction in action. As you are growing into your power, the people who like you to not have power are losing interest in you and they're drifting away. And that creates space for other people who love you for your power to step in and make friends with you instead. So sometimes it's not instantaneous, but it does happen. So it's kind of open
Yeah.
up that as a deeper possibility for you. Okay, wow. So
Wonderful.
beautiful.
So, what I wanted to ask you, which is in line of today's call, you mentioned about the presentation to create our future. I want to clear fear and the fear of expecting the worst, expecting the next shoe to drop,
Okay, beautiful.
especially in financial, clear fear and financial
Okay, beautiful.
abundance.
So let's do this for everyone because this is crucial as well. Fear is magnetic. And when you're in the energy of fearing a specific outcome, you're actually energizing and increasing the probability of that specific outcome just through basic law of attraction. So, fear about something that can happen in the future is different than awareness of the full range of possibilities about the future, good and bad, which you need to have so you can prepare yourself adequately. So I want to work on clearing the fear away because that fear is tied in with an energy that you and several other people have on the call, which is when your fear is activated, your mind automatically begins to think about the worst case scenario and what the worst possible outcome is. So the feeling is that you need to have an awareness of that full range of possibilities, from things working out well to things going into complete and utter collapse. Because you need to have that awareness, your mind goes directly to the absolute worst possible outcome and it gets stuck there. And then that fear just grows and grows and grows because it's, what if everything falls apart? And you never have that energy of, oh my God, what if everything works out perfectly beyond anything I could have hoped for? We very rarely have that
Exactly.
energy. I want to
Exactly.
expand your range of knowledge about what the possible outcomes are, and then clear away that brace for impact energy that you have where you're just expecting the worst, you're expecting bad things to happen, and you're kind of hunkered down right now protecting yourself even though nothing bad has happened yet. um, and that's tied in with that feeling that the shoe is going to drop. So let's just clear all of that away for you and everyone else on the call. Bring in a deeper awareness of how to get back into your power when you catch yourself indulging in the fear of the worst case scenario. Recognize that anywhere and everywhere you've decided that you must be keenly aware of the worst possible outcome so you can prepare for it. Let's clear that away. Okay,
Yes.
beautiful. There we go. Okay, now everyone take a very deep breath and hold it for a moment. And release when you're ready. Wow, Miriam, thank you so much.
Thank you, Patrick, as
Mm,
always.
thank you. You're welcome. And I am now going to go to Jesse in Australia. So Jesse, I have unmuted you, but you might be muted on your end. And I know we've had this happen before, so I'll just be patient. And okay, so Jesse, I'm gonna
Hi.
there you go. Good. Okay.
Yes, hi. Who I am. So I get up and I fall asleep.
Jesse, something's going on with your voice. I can't hear you.
Yeah,
You
I'm
have a sore throat.
still sick with the sinus and stuff.
Okay, so it's not just in the sinuses, it's in your throat. So everyone, let's do a healing right now. Is that okay with you, Jesse? Is that what you'd
Yes.
like to focus on? Okay, everyone who's listening right now, please take a moment to think of one thing that you would like to have healed, either in your physical body or in your life. Please choose something that is personal to you, not another person, a healing for your daughter-in-law or something like that, but just for you personally. And if you can't think of anything that you would like to have healed, simply send unconditional loving support energy to everyone else on the call. And now I want you to take a moment to not fixate on the pain of whatever the problem is. Take a moment to really envision what it would be like to have the alternative, to be like perfectly healthy in your sinuses. Just remember what that feels like for a moment. Okay, and get into the energy of what it would feel like to have what you would like instead. Okay, beautiful. And now, as you're basking in that energy, simply allow this command of healing to connect with you. Remember, this is not a passive thing. It's not me waving a magic wand. I'm actually helping you shift your thoughts, beliefs, judgments, and expectations. So we're going to work on clearing away any belief systems that tell you that you're stuck with this. There's no healing from it. If you didn't have this, it would be something worse, or anything of the sort. This problem defines you. It's dangerous to let go of it. It's impossible. You're forbidden to let go of it. You're not ready, or anything else. Just clear it all away. Okay. Okay, Jesse, you need to do some purging of some sort, and it doesn't need to be physical, it can be emotional. It feels like it's like there are tears stuck in your sinuses that have crystallized because you haven't let them out. Feels like a wasp nest in there. Okay, everyone take a very deep breath and hold it for a moment. And release. Okay. And then Jesse, I just jumped right in there, so I apologize for that. I didn't give you a chance to say if something good has happened to you in the past 2 weeks.
Okay. And that was actually what I was going to get clearer. I realized, or it came that not being able to rest. So sleep is different from resting. And
Okay, are you saying that the glorious thing that's happened to you in the past 2 weeks is that you've slept?
no, I'm
Okay.
just saying the realization.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Okay.
and it was to do with being sick and stuff as well.
Yeah.
Because I'm either working or I'm sleeping. I don't actually rest.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't rest my
Yeah.
senses. I don't rest my physical body.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
that
So
that's that
we're going to
realization.
do for you and for everyone else one more little healing thing here because you are way behind on sleep. So we're going to do, this sounds like really airy fairy and woo woo, but essentially it's a download of sleep energy to help you get caught up. So take a moment to ask yourself, your subconscious mind, ask your higher self, how much sleep do you need in order to be caught up? How many hours? And now simply allow the energy of that much sleep to begin pouring into your physical body now. And of course, this isn't exactly the same thing as sleeping, but it will help you recapture the core energy that you're missing right now because um, your energy is very compressed right now. Your energy field feels like it's um, pressurized and like in a vice. Okay, so everyone just simply allow the energy of getting caught up with sleep and an awareness of what it would feel like to finally be caught up and finally get as much deep sleep as you need to actually feel energized when you wake up in the morning. And now let's all take another very deep breath to help lock that in. And release when you're ready. Okay, Jesse. So
Thank you.
Jesse, let that settle in, and um, it's super early in the morning where you are. It's what, about 5 o'clock?
No, it's 4.
4 o'clock. It's 4
Mm.
o'clock. You're in Australia. So, wow. Okay, so we want to make it so that you have enough sleep to like just really um, stand in your energy today. Okay, so thank you,
Thank you.
Jesse. And I'm going to put you back on mute. And now we're going to Delight. It looks like Delight Sunshine. Love it. Hi. So I've unmuted you on my end.
Hello.
Hello. How's it going?
Hi there, Patrick. This is Elizabeth.
Elizabeth, excellent. So Elizabeth, what fantastic thing has happened to you recently?
Nothing much.
Mhm.
Everything is the same. It's like years uh, I didn't move on, and it's like as you said previously with the other people, it's like I did so much for others, like my family, like I forgot myself.
Okay,
Like,
beautiful. So let's celebrate this. Let's celebrate you remembering yourself in the equation with other people. You remember that you're part of the equation with other people. So let's just kind of celebrate that recognition that you exist just as much as other people do. Beautiful. Okay, Elizabeth, what can I help you with today?
um I don't know. I don't know. I
Okay.
want to move on. I want to have my own life. The whole time it's like I'm afraid. The whole time uh, I'm waiting. Like I'm afraid of like unexpected things from my brother. Uh, I'm afraid that now he's gonna do
Yeah.
something else
So
like next.
Elizabeth, why it's like every time I talk to you, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. It's you living in the shadow of other people in your family and being completely 100% at the mercy of what they decide to do.
Yeah,
And it's dangerous in your mind because they never decide to do anything rational. So
yeah,
there's like this feeling that your brother and other people in your family, they're just ticking time bombs ready to go off. And when they explode, they're going to explode all over you.
yeah.
And we've worked on that like a dozen times. So let's try to find a way to go deeper with it and
Well,
continue
okay,
the process
maybe
of removing you from that
Patrick,
equation.
maybe also, maybe because I lost hope or
Okay, there we
disappointment
go.
for relationships. It's like when I decided like I can't find uh, like the right the right person.
Yeah. Okay, so let's do the clearing for that for everyone on the call. So, and what we're going to work on is helplessness, no matter how that sense of helplessness manifests itself. And with you, it's the feeling that there's no right person. You'll never meet the right person. With other people, I can feel most of the people on the call, it's purely financial. Like my world is collapsing. So let's clear away the feeling of helplessness and replace it with an energy of resilience, which is the ability to process setbacks and negative experiences with more grace and ease. Then I'm going to get more specifically into what you just mentioned here in a second. Okay, so we're simply allowing an energy of resilience to emerge within you. And resilience is two things. It's the ability to process stress with grace and ease, and it's the ability to recover from setbacks very quickly after something has happened. So, in a sense, there's a chronic and an acute aspect to resilience. Okay.
Mm.
Beautiful. Okay. And then specifically with you, and of course for anyone else who has this as well, there's a deep feeling of, I have blown my one and only chance. That I had my chance, I screwed it up, and I will never have a chance again. And therefore, I just need to suffer until it's over. Okay, so let's clear that away. With you, it's with regard to romance. It's a feeling that you had an opportunity, you made bad choices, you screwed it up, and now you're alone forever. Let's clear that pattern away as an expectation for everyone who has it or something similar. So anywhere and everywhere you've decided that you've already used up all of your opportunities and no new opportunities will ever emerge. Get the truth and clear all that away. Okay, beautiful. Now take a very deep breath and hold it for a moment. And release when you're ready. And I want to celebrate one other thing that you've done, because you're obviously making progress and wanting to change, because you would not have chosen the name Sunshine Delight or Delight Sunshine for yourself if that weren't actually a part of your personality. So thank you for
It
that.
was always my name.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That was my practice. The name for 25 years, which the last
Cool,
10 years
cool.
doesn't
So
matter.
it's time for you to begin embodying that more deeply again.
I know.
It's not just your name, it's who you are at your core. And
Yes.
that's where we're going to be locking it in.
Thank you
Okay,
so much, Pat.
beautiful. Thank you.
I love you.
Okay, wow, we've got so many hands raised. We're going to go to Kathleen now. So Kathleen, I've unmuted you. And
Hi,
Kathleen,
Patrick.
there we go. Beautiful. Okay.
It just takes a minute on my end to unmute a
Ah,
button.
okay, cool.
Yeah. Thank you for taking my call. So we're having a lot of really hot and humid weather here, and that's I guess it's happening in a lot of parts of the country as well.
Mm-hmm.
And that seems to have the effect of making me feel really tired and really lacking in motivation.
Okay.
And so I'm wondering if you can help in any way with that.
Let's work on that. So definitely, what is your glorious thing that you'd like to share?
Oh, I was gifted with a healing session yesterday, which is
Awesome.
really wonderful.
Awesome.
You.
Okay, beautiful. Okay, so for everyone, we're going to do a little energetic shift within your body, because humidity, especially when it's coupled with heat, tends to eat into people's bones in a way that just sucks the energy out of them. So let's do an ability to process humidity with more grace and ease, so you don't feel like you're just having to crawl through your day when it's humid. So everyone just simply allow that to emerge within you, how to and what it feels like to not only process humidity with grace and ease, but actually enjoy it and thrive on it. Okay. Beautiful. And for a lot of people, wow, okay, this is opening into something slightly different, and I can see this energy within you, Kathleen. It is a level of chronic dehydration.
Ah.
So let's do a healing on everyone's hydration levels and the ability of your cells to absorb water in a way that's healthy. Because some of you have dehydration coupled with edema, which means that there's like bloating and excess fluid in your system, but it's not in your cells where it needs to be for you to be healthy. So even though you're bloated, you're dehydrated at the same time. I don't see that in you, Kathleen. I see it in some other people. With you, I see just dryness. So let's just do a healing on that for everyone. Just an adjustment on your hydration levels and the ability of your cell membranes to absorb water in the way that's most appropriate. For some of you, the hydration imbalance is the result of just the super salty diet that we tend to eat in the modern world. Okay. Okay, beautiful. Take a deep breath and hold it for a moment. And release when you're ready. Beautiful. Okay, Kathleen, thank you.
Thank you, Patrick.
I'm going to put you back on mute. I've got a couple more hands raised, a few more hands raised here that I'll get to in a second, but there are two things that have come in through the Q&A and they kind of mesh with each other. So I've got Maria saying, please send me joyful energy as I have been feeling low energy since yesterday. So she's asking for an infusion of joy. And then Vicky is writing, send all the energy for all of us to have or awaken to the possibility inside us that something incredible and amazing is possible in the not too distant future. So let's just receive, accept and receive an infusion of joy energy and a deeper capacity to stand in your joy when you feel it, to create a deeper foundation in joy energy so you don't get pushed out of it as easily when something bad happens. And a deeper recognition that if you can stand in joy energy now, you are actively inviting joyful things, exciting, fantastic things to happen to you in the future. Okay, beautiful. So we're simply just allowing that to emerge. It's energy that you already have, but you may have forgotten it or may have pushed it aside. It's just re-emerging within you now. Beautiful. Thank you for that. Let's go to, it looks like Devaki, or I think it's Devrani. Hi. Can you hear me?
Hello,
Hello. Hi. How are you doing?
I'm well, thank you.
So tell me, what's the fantastic thing you have for us?
Yes, well, the lockdown has been easing in the where I live, so I managed to meet up with some friends, and we had so much of fun throughout the meeting, and I laughed so much.
Mm, fantastic. Laughter is so healing. Yeah.
Yes.
So what can I work on with you today?
Yeah, I have this tendency of being inflexible, and I also display a lot of resistance. I'm wondering if you could clear that for me.
Yeah. Okay, so let me do a deeper reading. This rigidity, let's see, I'm seeing control, desperate need to maintain control, resistance to new ideas or new ways of doing things. Okay, let's open up a deeper level of flexibility.
Mm-hmm.
And what I'm sensing is that in your subconscious mind, flexibility is the same thing as loss of control,
Mm-hmm.
and that it's impossible. You either have to be in control and inflexible, or you can be flexible and have no control.
Yeah.
So I want to clear away any and all belief systems that tell you that these are mutually exclusive and in competition to each other.
Mm-hmm.
So anywhere and everywhere you've decided that if you are flexible, you lose control. And if you're in control, you must be inflexible. Anywhere you've decided that, let's get the truth about it and clear it away. And bring in a deeper awareness of how to and what it feels like to maintain control even as you are extremely flexible. Extremely flexible in opening yourself up to the ideas and suggestions and desires of other people, and new possibilities and new opportunities and so forth. Okay. And anywhere and everywhere you've decided that the best way to maintain control is to go into the resistance of rigidity,
Hmm.
and that the best way to maintain control is to do things exactly the way you've always done them, whether it's served you or not. Let's clear those away. Okay, and bring in, once again, that deeper awareness that control is possible for people who are extremely flexible. Okay, beautiful. Take a deep breath and hold it for a moment. And release when you're ready. Okay, awesome.
Oh, lovely. Thank you so much. That was
Yeah,
really good. Thank you.
wonderful. Well, I'm going to take two more callers and then we're going to tie things up. So I apologize if I don't get to you, but um, my energy is kind of flagging a bit. So we are going to go to Marlena. Marlene, hi. And I've unmuted you on my end. You might still be muted on yours.
Am I unmuted now?
There we go. Hi, how are you doing?
Oh, doing pretty well. Yeah,
Awesome.
so I want to share this thing quickly. Okay, I'm painting my den, and my TV that was given to me 2 years ago broke. So I got a new one that night. And at the same time, I'm thinking Mercury retrograde is going, right? So I get an email from an old client from a long time ago, sends me a gift card that covers the price of the TV that I just had to buy. So it's just wonderful.
Fantastic.
So
Wow.
see how things work, right? So I'm thinking, okay, instead of getting upset when something don't go your way, just let it go and let it be. And the universe just comes in with, let me take care of that. And also, I now have, a new TV. My room is being painted. And I'm thinking now I still have a gift card to use online to get something for me. And this month is my birthday. So I'm like, yay, I'm excited.
Beautiful. Glorious. Let's just celebrate all of that, everyone. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah, the universe will provide if you're open to it.
Yeah.
And
Oh.
yeah.
But I was
Okay.
sitting here looking at your background saying beautiful rainbow. I love the rainbow, like energy, the pot of gold at the end of the
Hmm.
rainbow. So
Yeah.
I like to share that energy with everybody, just this gold, like vibrant gold energy. So whatever like I was feeling this past week was coming up emotions, you know, people just showing up in my life that were from the past. They were showing up, and I'm like, Mercury. I'm blaming it on Mercury,
Okay,
and
let's
I'm
do a
just
clearing for everyone on
let
that.
me clear,
Okay,
right?
you mind? Yeah, okay. So I want to break, to the degree that's possible for you, the grip of Mercury retrograde and other astrological, it is true that there is reflection in the positions of the stars and the planets with what's going on energetically for us, and there is a certain amount of power in Mercury retrograde. I want to clear away any and all belief systems that tell you that things must go wrong and things must be difficult during Mercury retrograde. Bring in a deeper awareness that it is possible for you to process the energy of Mercury retrograde with grace and ease. Beautiful. And then also bring in a deeper recognition that your true source of power is internal, it's not external. That ultimately you are not a puppet that is directly under the submission of the positions of the stars and so forth. Your power is actually inside you. And in those moments when Mercury is retrograde, you can actually tune inward, turn inward, and empower your life from there rather than from outside. Beautiful. Everyone take a deep breath and hold it for a moment and release. Okay, beautiful. Thank you.
Oh, thank
Okay,
you.
awesome. Thank you, Marlena. I'm going to put you back on mute, and I'm going to take one more caller. We're going to go to, we might take two more callers just because. Let's go to Maria. Uh, and Maria Anka, I have, there we go.
Hi. Hi. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Hey, thank you so much. Such a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you.
So,
Name
oh,
something
wonderful
good.
call, Miss Sen. Yes. I'd love to. Just that I'm not finding many things. My husband's been, yeah, we got news that he might be let off. My
Okay.
company's not doing
So
well.
Maria,
I've had
there's
an accident.
got to
So
be
let me look at.
something good.
Yes, yes. What good is everything. Um, is that I'm not anxious or worried. I just have so much of
Okay.
faith, and I'm like, this is meant to be. This is meant to be. It looks bad now. Oh yes, Patrick. I get to go to Greece. You know my story.
Awesome. There we go.
Oh
Awesome.
my God.
Okay.
Oh my God. So next this Wednesday I get to go. I'm so excited.
Beautiful. Okay, wonderful. And then what can I help you with today?
Um, on my left heel. Yeah, no, right heel. I have a very serious, what is it? Tendinitis, or no, what do you call that?
Is
The
it
heel is very painful.
okay?
I don't know what it is. I just can't walk. And tomorrow I'm going to be going to the orthopedic doctor.
Okay. Now,
But
were you on the call when I did the physical healing earlier?
yes,
Okay. And
yes,
did
yes.
you focus on that?
Oh, I didn't think about it.
Okay, you did think about it.
I
So,
didn't think about that. I could focus my heel on it.
okay.
But I was just wondering if it's something I've done. You know,
No.
usually they say it's your thought, feeling, emotions, or if this is just like a work related. You know, because I stand
Yeah.
so long with bad shoes because they are ESD shoes and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
And
So
it's just like,
partially, it's a number of things all at once, but the biggest element of it is a deep-seated fear of stepping into the future with
wow,
your
yes, makes
surrogacy.
sense.
Yeah.
Yes,
So it's that you, in your mind, because you are um, always consciously aware of the bad things that can happen,
yes.
the thought of bringing a child into the world is carrying with it, it's joyful, it's glorious, it's what you've always wanted, and at the same time you're afraid to step forward into it because of the bad things that might happen. And the deepest fear I feel in you right now is that the rug will be pulled out from under you at the last possible second.
Yes,
So
with this
let's
COVID
clear that
situation,
away. Yeah, let's
they're
clear that
worried
away.
it'll come back and
Yeah, so
all that.
let's we don't need to like argue for it or explain
Yes,
why.
yes,
Let's just
yes,
clear
yes.
that energy. There's this fear in you that it's dangerous for you to step forward into whatever
Yes,
project you have because the rug will be pulled out from under you at the last moment. Got to clear that away as an expectation so you don't create it.
thank you, thank you,
And
thank
simply realize that if you allow the universe to flow, it will flow in the direction of your best and highest good if you allow it.
you. Yes, I love it.
Beautiful. Okay, wonderful. And then, yeah, okay, beautiful. Take a deep breath and hold it. Oh, and release when you're ready. Okay, wow. Thank you
Thank you
so
so much.
much.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Awesome. I'm excited about your future. I really am.
Yes, thank you.
Mm. And then we're going to go to one more. We're going to go to Hima. And you are unmuted. And Hima, you might be muted on your end, but I've unmuted you on my end.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Excellent. How are you doing?
Not very good, but I thought you were saying I have to say one good thing first.
Yeah, in fact, I'm going to lay it down as a law. You must, because we all need to practice gratitude. We all need to practice the ability, even when it looks like everything is bad, it's always something you can pour that gratitude energy into because there's power there. So let me know. What is it?
Okay, I'm grateful for this one friend who's showing up for me in a big way and helping me out. That was unexpected. I almost feel like, God shows up in many different ways, and that's how I'm feeling it like.
Awesome. Awesome. Beautiful. And then what can I help you with energetically today?
I need clarity. A lot of things might change. Every day I'm waking up with a lot of fear. I started out this journey with hope and I can do this, but it's going looks like it's going in a downward spiral, like symptoms of depression and stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay, beautiful. So let's do an activation, a deeper attunement for clarity for everyone. The problem with doing something associated with clarity is what you're trying to get clarity on is what's going to happen in the future. And it's hard. In fact, it's practically impossible for us to get clarity on what exactly is going to happen in the future. A lot of us carry a lot of deep seated fear that we shouldn't do anything, we can't do anything if we don't know what's going to happen in the future. A lot of us slip into action paralysis because we don't know what the future holds for us. Therefore, we do nothing because we don't want to screw it up and we don't want to miss out on opportunities, but we end up doing that anyway. So let's increase your clarity on what is going on in the present moment, what opportunities are available to you. Let's also at the same time increase your intuition so you can recognize which opportunities and paths of action are beneficial and which ones are potentially dangerous. Okay, so this is clarity on the energy as it exists in the present moment so you can make a decision on which direction to walk in today. At the same time, let's let go of the need to know exactly what's going to happen in the future before you can take action. Bring in a deeper awareness of trust in the universe, trust that things are unfolding in a way that is potentially beneficial for you, an awareness that sure, life throws us curveballs every now and then, but sometimes they set us up for something better. Okay. Beautiful. Anywhere and everywhere you've decided that clarity is impossible for you, let's clear that away. Anywhere you've decided you're not allowed to have clear vision or, yeah, no, what I'm seeing is that when you get moments of clarity, it's always contradicted by somebody close to you who is clear about the opposite. So what happens with you, it's happened many times in your life, is you get a very strong sense that a course of action is the right thing to do. And then other people close to you go into resistance to it and say, no, it's the opposite. That's the wrong way to go. So you've had your clarity questioned through most of your life, and therefore it's like you no longer know what clarity really feels like. In fact, you have had people in your life not like you when you have clarity. They try to cloud your judgment when you're clear on something. Beautiful. So we're just kind of shifting all that around so you can stand in your own clear vision right now and not get it lost in a cacophony of voices that are all disagreeing with you about what's right for you. Okay, beautiful. Now, does that make sense or does that help at all?
Lot of the things you said brought up stories and memories. Yeah, it makes
Yeah,
perfect sense. Can I ask one more thing?
sure.
There's a lot of fear. Do you sense it? Lot of fear.
Yeah, I've worked on that with a couple of other people already. The fear of what the future holds, the fear that we're cascading, and it really goes back to one of the first things that we worked on, which is when you're in the energy of what can possibly go wrong. Not only are you imagining the worst possible outcome, and that's what captivates your attention the most, you're also remembering everything that's ever gone wrong in the past that's similar at the same time. So you've got both of those things simultaneously. Um, your fear is fed by your experiences from the past and your imagination of what the worst possible outcome is. And worked on clearing both of those today, and we're reinforcing it as I'm speaking with you right now. So you can let go of that fear and simply trust yourself instead.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay, beautiful. So everyone, I just want to thank you so much. Let's see, I've got some stuff coming in through the Q&A, some thank yous. Thank you. So beautiful. Somebody's writing about being dehydrated and having edema at the same time. Um, yeah. Uh, yeah. So I already worked on that, Stacy. So we did the clearing on that. And yes, it is possible. So beautiful. Okay. Awesome. Okay, everyone, we're going to do a little closing here, and then I'm going to play some happy, fun dance music for everyone at the end. Um, Couple of announcements first. Like I mentioned, I am available. My schedule is wide open this month for private sessions, and I'm extending the window of the discount for private sessions for at least another month because the COVID crisis is still unfolding. The second thing is that I am revising everything in Lightbridge Academy, and there's a new Lightbridge Level 1 coming out. I'm going to give you a sneak preview of that in 2 weeks, the next time we do our Lightbridge happy hour. The third thing is if you enjoy the free sessions I'm doing, please, if you can, support Lightbridge with a donation. It helps me um, keep doing what I'm doing because it's kind of expensive and I've got to cover the bills somehow. And if not, that's perfectly fine as well. I fully understand. So everyone, let's kind of come together here for an integration. Let's integrate everything that we've worked on today. Want to clear away anything that might cause you to revert to an old energetic set point. So anything that might cause you to absorb the energy for a while and then go back to what you had before. Let's clear all of that to make it so your physical body, your emotional body, your mental body, they're all comfortable with the new energy you have right now. Okay, beautiful. Take a very deep breath, everyone, and hold it for a moment, way, way deep down into the belly. And release that when you're ready. Okay, and now please allow me to disconnect from you energetically. And as I'm disconnecting, ground yourself in whatever way you like the most. Okay, thank you, everybody. So much love, light, and joy to all of you. And I look forward to seeing you again really soon. Everybody, so let me um, play some final music for you here. I've got to, sorry, I need getting all screwed up here. So let me turn off the recording.